I'm going to do the editing after. What's up, beautiful people? Corwin Gilliams here from CLGLifestyle. You guys who have been following me know that I've been doing things a little different, and this is no different as far as, unconventionalism and just doing what I love. And so God has placed in my heart, a desire to just make an impact in the homeless, industry, the homeless environment. And for those of you who don't know, I myself have had experiences with homelessness, and I now see it as an opportunity to share different insights on why people are homeless. I don't know what your situation may be. It may be different from mine. It may be different from my guest here, Donald, who is going to give some insight about his life and how he came to being homeless and things like that. And so I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting for these past several years. And you can see this as an addition to CLG Lifestyle. This is called Healing Before Restoration. And we intend to provide solutions to the homeless pandemic issue that's been going on. And so let's welcome Donald. Donald, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yes, hello everybody out there. My name is Donald, and I'm originally from the East Coast, New York City, but I lived in Miami area most of my life to be with my real mother, number one. And I was very young, 20 years old at the time, and I found out I had another mother out there, which was never told in my own home because I was a baby at the time. I found the divorce papers on my own in a closet, and there it was. Mom is somewhere else. Eventually, I did find out about her a little more through my older brother, who never told me as well, and that she moved from upstate New York, Rochester, to the area of Hallandale Beach, Florida, which is near Miami Beach, the smallest cities in between the bigger cities. And I wanted to get to know my mother, of course, and then, of course, living in Florida, fun in the sun, whatever. I'm young, and I was a pretty good disco dancer back in the day, and, I could still do it, but, it was one of my athletic releases, I guess you would call it. It was a sport to me because I like skiing, I like, basketball, football, soccer, all that stuff. So I got to be with her, live under her roof for a little bit, get to know each other. And I got a restaurant job as a waiter, which I did most of my life down there, almost 40 years. Yes, I did serve Maxine Waters 30 years ago at the Tower Club in Fort Lauderdale. She just happened to pop in the door, and my manager asked me, we have a special guest from California, Congresswoman. And I said, really? Well, sure, sit her right down. And it was like the last hour of lunch, and it was just me and her in there. And then months later, I served Muhammad Ali in the same place. Shook his hand. God bless that. And other people like Sammy Davis, Burt Reynolds, people like that. Because when you're a waiter, you never know what's coming through the door. My job is to make you enjoy your stay at my table, make you enjoy your food, and hopefully everything goes well, which it did. We got along very well. And I actually ran into Maxine Waters in South Beach a year later by accident with my family and my girlfriend, showing them around. And there she was with her husband having a nice dinner. She knew me right away, said hello again, gave us a little hug, and enjoy your stay, and kind of moved on after that.
So it's fair to say you've met some distinguished people in your line of work.
I guess, but I serve everybody, the hardworking and whatever, and I don't care where you're from. I respect you, you respect me, and everything's fine. That's
as it should be. So how long have you been in California, Donald?
A little over 10 years. I think I'm going on 12 years. Longer than I anticipated. Unfortunately, yes, I did become homeless by accident. So in order to survive, I was speaking with the other homeless guys, and they said, well, we recycle cans and bottles. I started doing that. And in 3 years' time, I saved $30,000 cash.
So in 3 years' time, you saved $30,000, and then what happened?
Then the pandemic came 2-3 years or so ago, and hardly anybody was in the streets, so I took a motel room, and it goes real quick, even in a cheap one, $85 a night, whatever.
Right.
And I just didn't want to go out like everybody else, and it just went.
So was that your first time of homelessness in California?
The first year, yes.
The first year.
I came with $1,200, and that went real quick in a month's time. Then I went to Vegas, figured maybe my luck would change there. Not really. So I stuck it out a month. Then I came back here and I started hanging out in Venice Beach and figured, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And that's when I started recycling. I did it first walking around, picking up cans and stuff. Then I saved enough to get a bike from a nice young guy I met at the coffee shop. And that helped a lot. So I learned how to saddlebag it up like a horse and, hold my stuff and, recycling things and go to the company that takes your recyclables. And I was averaging like $200 a week. Not right away, but eventually, I was able to make $800 a month.
So this was after the $30,000 in reserve was done. You started doing recycling.
No, before. Sir.
Before.
I was broke.
Okay.
I mean, then I was picking up cans and bottles, walking around with my bags here.
Okay.
And then I saved enough to buy a bike from a young kid that sold it to me for $50.
Okay.
And it was a cool bike. The bike helped out a lot. Get you there faster.
And so at this time when you were recycling, did you have a place of residence?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know how the system worked right
Okay.
away. But
Okay.
there was an OPCC in Santa Monica that helps the homeless. You get a shower. You can get a caseworker. I didn't think I needed it right now. Still learning. You get a free meal, and they kind of tell you where to go stuff to get meals and where you could get a shower and things like that. And the library helped too, because the library was mostly open then, and if you have rainy days like today, you can hang out there. You're not allowed to sleep, but you tend to doze off sometimes. But I read a lot of books. I'm not a really iPhone internet guy.
Okay.
But I like reading a lot.
Okay.
Especially car books. I'm a car guy.
Okay. So you would say that it's possible to sustain yourself in California if you are making a certain amount of money. You're still able, but not have a shelter. You're able to go to certain resources to shower and do your laundry and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying?
I would occasionally take a motel room in Hollywood because I wanted to check out that neighborhood.
Okay.
And I bought, I got a storage eventually.
Okay.
And I had some fresh, nice clothes with me if I wanted to check out the club scene, just to go dancing, say hello to some people.
Okay.
So I got some nice clothes. And you never knew I was homeless then. All cleaned up, combed hair.
Tell me about it.
And then I go out to the club, and I gave him a good show on the dance floor. I was doing a Michael Jackson pretty good.
Right.
For this old guy that I is.
Right.
And, I met some cool people and, showed them my old pictures back in the day. Oh, they're cool,
Okay, we're going to show them that picture in a little bit.
Right.
So now, what is your current situation now if you want to share with the people? What is your current situation right now?
I'll speak for me
Yes.
because I don't like to be just sitting in the corner figure, I got to do something. I got to work. So recycling was my own way of being independent and work.
Okay.
And income.
Okay.
And I was busy all through the night, 8 hours a night, whatever, just recycling. Send my recycles to the company on Cloverfield, which they had at the time. And then I, crash at the park and, wake up, clean myself up at the restrooms and properly, and respectfully.
Right.
And go through the night again because, I'd always ask the gas attendants, may I recycle cans out of your trash? I won't make a mess. Like, if I can help clean something, that's up to you. Just as long as we know you're not a problem, go right ahead. So that helped, and anywhere else is. And you're not really supposed to recycle generally in LA, but in Santa Monica they're a little touchy, but the rest of LA seems to be a little more understanding, And I met some cool cops every now and then. They want to check you out and see you're okay.
See what you're about,
And I've never been to jail. Thank God. Yeah. And I play it cool and I stay out of problems or trouble, whatever. As my dad would say, don't bring home problems,
So what if you had the opportunity to pick something that would change your life right now? 3 things. What would they be?
Go back to work.
Back to work.
What I like to do, not something that thinks I should do, because then
exactly.
if I like what I do, then I'll do it better.
Keep doing it. Yeah. And what else?
A roof over my head, a little one, doesn't have to be like in a shed, near some bathrooms and stuff. Wash me up. Food, I can manage that. They get back on to where I'm supposed to be, like in society.
Okay.
Fit in again.
Okay. So the basics, a job or work that you enjoy doing,
Yes.
something purposeful that you're
Right.
able to generate
A
an
skill,
income
something that I know I'm good at.
that you're good at and that you love to do, and then of course a shelter, right?
Yes.
And why do you think that's so hard for some people to understand?
Well, first of all, there are nice people here, more than I can say on the East Coast, but there
Okay.
are nice people there too.
In California, by the way.
California,
Yeah.
by the way.
Get
yes.
in the lens. Come
Yeah.
a little closer, yeah.
In California, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, you have good hearts. Yes, you seem to understand us.
Right.
You know, maybe most of us, I would
Right.
hope.
Right.
You know, you give us some food, live another day,
Right.
eat another day. Fine, that's great, that's dandy, but it's not exactly the pinnacle where I want to go. You know, I
Right.
just want to get a job.
Right.
I'm not looking to get rich, obviously,
Right.
and I don't care. I just want to, you know, pay what I got to pay, survive it somehow, like everybody else. And I can't afford the rents out here. Obviously,
Right.
we all
Right.
know that.
Right. Right.
Well, I can't afford the rents anywhere. I can't even
Right.
go back to Florida anymore.
Right. Right.
So, and I learned a lot about who my friends are, especially on the other side. I made a few phone calls, said hello on the Christmas holidays, and I got one that said, well, are you a liberal now? And I said, well, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but being I'm from New York, I see the Statue of Liberty, so I guess I'm a Statue of Liberty and Justice for all guy.
Right.
And he didn't get a reply, but I did say, are you a friend or just somebody I know? I didn't get a reply. And I know this guy, what, 30 years? You know, we worked on cars together, you know, the grease,
Okay.
the blood and guts end of it. And then I called a stockbroker, you know, the money guy, the Mr. Banker guy. I said, he does business out here on Wilshire and Morgan Stanley over there. So he said, you still in California? I said, yeah. I would never live out there. I said, what's the matter? Not your kind of people? And he didn't know what to say. And I said
Right.
the same thing to him. I was going, well, are you a friend or just somebody I know too? You know? So you got to stop and think about that.
Right.
He probably dropped the phone when I said it, and I don't care. You know, and these are the white people. So you know what? The heck with all of you. I don't, you know, if that's the way you look at it, because I think you have a beautiful state. And we have nice things over there too, just differently. You know, there are nice people. They seem to care, but that's as far as it goes, you know. One day, a guy stopped me over and says, where's the Mexican workforce? And I said, you make it sound like a military thing. He said, no, the guys that want to look for work. Oh, I know where they are. And I told him. I said, what do you got? Oh, I need someone to hang up Christmas lights. Well, I could do that with you. He just bolted right away. A white guy. This is great. So now, not that I need to say that, you know.
So Donald, do you feel like race plays some type of role?
Yes and no, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I don't like to go that far because I know I'm not like that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you need help. You want to pay cheap? Fine, I'm your cheap guy. You know, just don't, you know, take off. I told you where to go,
All right.
and that was the end of that.
Okay. So if a politician was watching right now,
Oh
right?
yeah, those guys.
What, you know, and they really genuinely want to help the homeless population, but they don't know what to do, right? they've not experienced a different perspective. They have a one-dimensional mindset or view of the homeless population. What can you say right now to change that or influence that in some way?
Well, I'll start with saying it's one thing to see us from your car windshield. It's another thing to actually be living in it. You know, it doesn't tell the full story. Politicians, they're not exactly my favorite people, no offense. But I think a lot of you are in there for your own reasons. You say you promise this, you promise that. Once when you're in, who are you? What was I supposed to do? Apparently the last mayor failed at that. And the ones probably before that. I mean, are you just throwing us like false information? Enough already. You know, I'm no idiot, but I'm no kid genius too, you know? I mean, all right, maybe not all want to do what they're supposed to do. You know, they got so institutionalized out here. You know, they don't know how to get back into society.
Right.
You know, they have attitudes, something with drinking, drugs. That ain't gonna help. Nobody wants to hire that. I know I'm not doing it.
Right.
It ain't my thing. It's not in me, you know?
Right.
You live and learn.
And as you mentioned, Donald, you know, everyone who's homeless is not because of a mental issue,
No.
right? Some people simply lack life skills, right? Financial literacy, right? Things that, you know, we should know as citizens and as people who want to be productive in society. But unfortunately, some of us didn't grow up with the tools or the resources to acquire that. So that is some good insight. Anything else you want to share?
I believe you might be homeless because of family issues.
Right.
The job issue, I don't fit in issue, whatever.
Right.
I don't think that's necessarily right, that you might think of it. You know, well, you know, I don't know. You don't look. I don't want to help you, but you don't look okay. Give them a chance. You know, give them a shot.
Right.
Then you'll find out if they fit in or not. You know, just don't like avoid them. You know.
Right.
And don't give these false impressions. You know, I'm going to make it better here. You know, vote for me and I'll set you free. Yeah, good luck on that. I'm just telling you the truth. No offense to you politicians.
Right.
And I was a waiter, and I know a little bit about you. I serve all kinds of people, you know.
And that's why I love your perspective. But also on that note, let's show the people, you know, Donald in a quote unquote previous life. Let's show the people what it is, you know what I'm saying, what you look like and what your life was like.
Well,
go ahead, Donald.
Before I show it, I want to let you know, I was a waiter, a hospitality server who feeds everybody. Like my dad was in the wholesale food business. We fed the people. And whatever you make out of it, you pay your bills, whatever. But, you know, a lot of customers liked me, always asked for me a lot. One of my customers happened to own a CarShip dealership in Fort Lauderdale, and he loaned me this car for my girlfriend's 40th birthday.
Take a look at that picture, guys. It's like he's out of a movie.
Looks like I'm some rich guy here.
Bring it a little closer.
And I'm not.
This is Donald. Look at this.
And I just want to let you know, my name is usually called Don. And I had some people that were affiliated with the TV show when I was living there. They came in for lunch. They were looking for extras. I was making pretty good money where I was working, and I was happy. I was in love and all that. And they said, well, we want an extra. We want to have you in the show. And I said, please, I'm very happy where I am. I'm in love. I'm making good money. I said already the customers are calling me Don Johnson here. So, you know, I mean, thank you for the compliment, but I'm okay, you know. Really, it isn't my thing, you know. I mean, I did some advertisement here and there, you know, give or take, a little picture there, a little, you know, but it wasn't my thing. And I actually did something nice for your fine city. You're next. LA Vice. How's that sound? Nobody's done that one yet.
All right, Donald. Anything else you want to share?
If you haven't, I mean, I could say a lot, but you know, I'm listening first.
No, you know, I think coming from, I think that this, you know, was a great opportunity, as I said before, to share, you know, a different perspective, or a perspective that I believe is valuable. And I just want to say thank you, Donald, for really coming on here and doing this video with me. I know, you know, being in situations like this, it's hard to trust people, and I'm very grateful.
Well, I trust you, that's for sure.
Well,
more than a brother.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And I really, really, truly, genuinely appreciate you coming on here and doing this. I believe in some way, some form, even if it's to the smallest degree, we are going to make some changes with the homeless issue in California and across the world. Absolutely. And so we will. I believe so. And I just wanted to thank you again, and thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting, and look forward to more content in the future. Healing before restoration, signing out.
Hey, I'm sorry, one more thing.
Go ahead, Donald.
I just want to say, I'm truly God sent. I met this gentleman here of all places. We both are from the East Coast.
Yes.
Yeah, we are New Yorkers.
Yes.
We good people there too,
yes.
You know. And he's been a very inspiration to me, as well as the others, but especially him.
Thank you.
And I hope you don't mind me telling you the way it is, whether you're slightly offended or not. I'm just trying to help you all. You know, that's it. We're trying to help you all.
Right. And we may not always get it right, but I feel like when we do something or things from a place of love and truth, at some point the right people are going to get it.
I mean, you can't make me more homeless than you are. What are you going to do? Throw me in the sewers? You know, that's about as far as I can go. But I am here to do good things, you know, and help people if I can. But if you don't want help, well, I guess you got to move on. I don't know.
Right.
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
And you heard it from the actor himself. All right. Thank you guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Pleasure meeting you. Bye.
Bye.
God bless.